Hello, hello. The light should probably be turned off. Now I'm not very visible. Unscrewed one, it would work. Nah. Unscrew this one. Unscrew that one. That doesn't make much of a difference either. I'm so sorry about this shit. Make sure that shit works. Alright. I'm really invisible. Alright, 1 second. Ah, much better. Alright. So, hello, you were watching the Dope T YouTube channel. And today, we are going to do 1 hour of non-stop rambling, alright? So, what to talk about? First off, let's talk about the problems I have bought with the racing cruiser bike that at first I thought was a regular cruiser. Let me explain to you why this bike is not a regular cruiser bike. So we have a bicycle, right? Cruiser bike. Unlimited amount of speeds. We have oh shit. A Budweiser paint job. You can't really see it, but causing the price to go up high. I'm going to move the camera at this point because I do not want to pick up the bike and run it into something. Alright, you have a... Again, I'm sorry, but when I was riding, the kickstand came off, which is one of the problems, along with the seat and the handlebars loosening really easily. Budweiser, written there, and the best part, well, written all the way along the tires here. I don't know if you can see that because I can't see what you're seeing, but that explains why this bike is so expensive. Now, when I bought this bike, it's a 26-inch tire, slime filled, puncture proof, tractioned. That's the tires. Here we have titanium wheels. The weight and all is the exact same weight you would get on racer tires. Now I saw this bike, a bike like this in the store, right? It was the exact same model, Huffy, a regular cruiser bike for $250 at its Academy, which surprisingly is most of their stuff is cheaper than Walmart. I don't think they sell this bike at Walmart, but that was before we got the customized tires, customized paint job, and piece of shit seat on there that I had to replace with this seat, which I need to adjust it, of course, but it is cushioned. Surprisingly, it looks hard as a rock. It's actually softer than the hard rock seat that I had on it before, which is the one that came with it, the one that fell off while I was riding. This bike is a drifting bike, but don't drift if you don't know what you're doing. As you can see, we got three little cuts from it right here. Well, it's right there, yeah, right there. And no, I'm not complaining. It didn't really hurt that bad. But don't drift on gravel, the colored gravel. I don't even know what you would call it. It's like that brown gravel. It's a terrible idea. You can drift on anything else. Drift on concrete, grass, regular gravel. Do not drift on colored gravel with this or any bike because you will fall. I'm lucky the bike did not land on top of me because it flipped right over me out here in this very parking lot. And what is gravel doing in a parking lot, you may ask? I do not know. Alright, so next we're going to talk about my haircut. You don't know it, but the whole reason I'm wearing a hat is because about 2-3 weeks ago I got a haircut. Supposedly trying to cut my own hair. Ended up it was a beard shaver and not a hair cutter. I used the guard and thought it would make it shorter and not all the way off, but it ended up bald, right? So I grew back a little hair. Apparently my hairline is that famous hairline that I call a McDonald's hairline because that's what it looks like. I do not represent McDonald's, especially with all their food poisoning, especially not the one in Waxahachie with their terrible night managers. Okay, to reveal the terrible M-shaped McDonald's hairline that my hair has somehow developed, even though I cut it straight every time. Let's show you. So, this is popular. I don't like it personally. You got your little M here, right? It's ugly. I prefer straight across. I'm afraid to do it by myself. Alright. Let's hide that pitiful little popular hairline. That's all I have to say about that. My hair is still growing back, so when it goes back, I'll probably get it fixed. Alright, so next thing, let's talk about my workout. Alright? I work out 3 hours a day. What I do, 1 hour, wait about 45 minutes, do it over. I max out every time. Alright, and I just started that change. I was just working out in the morning, noon, and afternoon, but I changed that. And I have seen actually some faster muscle growth. No, I'm not thin in this baggy ass shirt. I will show you that in a second. First, let me start out with my carbs issue. With my high metabolism, I don't know if this is what I should be doing, but soda. Fastest way to get carbs. And this, you can get at the Dollar Tree actually, for $1. And of course, the tax is 7 cents. Alright. So, let me show you what cutting down on this has done to me. Now, I don't know if you look at my Facebook page, Terry, capital T-E-R-R-Y, capital D, and then a period, and capital O, apostrophe, capital N, lowercase e-a-l, and then capital J-R, and another period. That is what I looked like before I did this. Now, I have lost a lot of my body fat, causing me to look stronger, making me actually weaker. And for some odd reason, my abs still have not popped. I do not know why, because they're solid as a motherfucking rock. I bet you if I put a knife, probably wouldn't do anything. Which I have a knife, but I don't know if I want to try it or not. I cannot develop much past my strong ass neck and my back. You know, I never really looked at my back. It's not that good. Somehow I keep getting this V-shaped little thing here, and I don't know why. That's hot. I don't know why that keeps happening. I'm not complaining. So, yep. And this isn't flexing, by the way. I'm not gonna flex on camera. That's not right. My problem with cutting down on abs is you can slightly see my ribs right there, which is a bit of a problem. Not for me, but if it was anybody else, you got a problem, because you're probably not fast enough, and if someone were to do a left-right hook to your ribs, you'd be broken. Luckily, I have techniques to help me with that. Most people doubt me for, and I have not used it in Texas yet. And I don't plan on it either. Because Texas police are assholes, most of them. They don't even care about self-defense law. They don't care about law at all. But let's move on to, man, I don't even know what to talk about anymore. Oh shit. Let's just start off by saying this bike can be any bike except for a titanium speed bike, which are the bikes with the really thin tires. Looks like I have a message. Who cares? It's the bikes with the really thin tires that super thin tires. But it has to be like they're like this big. The tires are. It has to be titanium. If it's the aluminum, I can beat that really easily. I hit 25 miles per hour on this bike so far. Still going, trying to beat that. And I'm half tempted to do it. If you go, do not shop at Walmart here in Texas. They charge you however much they want with tax, not including their overly priced products already that are in stock, and then they're not there when you get there. All right, so look at this little seat that I bought. That is what, $15 at Walmart. You wanna know how much I got it at On Brand store? I got it for $9.99, which is pretty good. This bag here is $30 at Walmart, or their version of it is. I have a better one for $15. All at its Academy. Alright, now if you go to HEB, which is, this is Waxahachie. I don't know about other parts in Texas. I don't give a fuck about Texas. I want to get the fuck out of this place, to be honest. If you go to HEB, you will save actually a lot. And believe it or not, the lines are shorter than they are at Walmart. I need to come up with a name for that. Fake Walmart here. Alright, so they're shorter than they are at Walmart. Surprisingly, and Walmart has pretty good, decent lines here. But HEB, you save like 75% more if you were to go to Walmart versus HEB. I got a Gatorade, 16-ounce Gatorade. I got a regular size candy bar and a Coca-Cola as well, 16 ounces. And you wanna know how much that cost me? Take a guess in the comments below. Cost me $3.05 for that, including tax. Alright? If I would have gone to Walmart, I probably would have been spending around $10 to $20 due to their overly priced tax rates, alright? That are illegal, actually, but I don't care. Their whole saying is illegal. Guaranteed. You can't say a product is guaranteed and then not give a guarantee. That's illegal. Alright. Obviously, Texas doesn't care anything about law, as far as I'm concerned. But, hell, beats me. Alright, so, this, I don't know if you remember this $45 cologne. Well, you can't see the logo, which is weird, but it's called Black. But a Brew 21, it's $10 before tax. I think you spend like $12 after tax, because it's a little over $10. I just get $10. It is very strong. I spray it right here. Right, so I do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I go, look how fucking strong it is. I go 1, 2, 3. And I go here on my wrist. 1, 2. I think it's running out. And if it does that, I just spray a lot of little dots. And then I go spray more little dots. Which you always go 3. I'm going to have to get more of that. And then the reason I do this, I don't really know. What it does, it's something with like your heat points in your body that make it smell rather than stink when you get sweat. It makes the smell stronger and better. Alright, so I learned that from Teaching Men's Fashion or something like that. It's a YouTuber. Alright, so next thing, let me put this back before I forget. Let's move on to the Sharp Axe pocket knife that has skulls not written, but drawn up and down, which you cannot see that, which sucks. Give me a second. Well, I still can't see it. Alright, so, looks pretty good. This was spring-loaded until I used it too much to open it. Now, see, if I were to go here, usually you get a better. Alright, so let's block that shadow out. If I were to go here and open it with this little thing, which is what you use your finger to push, right? And then you got your knife. It's spring loaded. Supposed to do this, and it just pops right out like that, faster than what I just did there. It'll probably pop out like pretty fast. It's tactic, right? Bought this at a pawn shop that claims to put all their stuff new. Tell me, have you seen a pawn shop that buys stuff and calls themselves? Their stuff isn't new. Let's just put it that way. The springs would not die out in a day. All right. So now I have to do this to get it to open, which is actually a really smart tactic, right? Let me get on this side, you can see it better. I do this and just, well, I didn't press it all the way, so when you got a knife, right, a little further away. I usually start it up like this and just go like that, and you have your knife. I'm trying to get it to where you can, oops, see it better? I need to pay attention to the knife and not the camera. There you go. Still works new, sharp as fuck. Could pierce anybody, even though I just use it to open packaging, honestly, and cut tape, because I don't need it for anybody. I do know how to use this though, so as you can tell with the way I'm opening it and closing it, most people, they pick up a pocket knife and they say, I wonder what this does. How do you, oh, you open it. Okay, someone tells them they shouldn't open it that way, they show them how to open it. They explain it like this. It's hard to get a spring-loaded knife and open it, right? And here's the response. Oh, there's the knife. Let's try this. What's your problem is you have your finger on the blade, causing it to not open like it should. Doing this. Another thing you get is the blade goes all the way down the knife. So you're going to get it right here. You can lift your finger right about there in the blade. Alright, let me do it slow. And you're doing it. Usually they hold them like this at first. I'm not even going to get into all of that because it's annoying. But you have your finger on the blade. What's going to happen is you're going to really have to push this even to get it to come up. And once it does, slow motion. Once this comes up, your finger is going to cut against that ridge line right here. What? Oh, right here is a silver ridge line, and you're going to actually cut yourself on that in the process of opening the knife. So what I recommend is you keep your finger on the side of the knife. First finger, most people use their middle, but I'm used to first, so I put my first finger right here side, open it to about right there, which is as far as this little thing right here goes. See, right? And you just swing it. Most people try to swing up here. No matter how hard you get, you usually cut yourself on your shoulder or something like that. I almost did it myself. But you have to hold the knife at the bottom to where when you swing it, it opens faster, giving you room for your opponent more time to do it rather than sitting here with the knife just... I know I don't always close it the way I should. I usually do this, which I shouldn't do. You're supposed, once it's open, supposed to use that little thing right there. Use the side of your thumb, bring it to about right there where that little thing messes with your thumb, and close it. I usually just, and that's not usually what I do, that's what I want to begin doing. I usually do that, which is stupid, but I do it anyway. Alright, so have 10 more minutes just to ramble on about shit that doesn't even matter. Use Power Stick if you want cheap soap, but do not use the deodorant because it's powdered. Alright, also I'd say my favorite YouTubers are definitely SSS Sniper Wolf, and that's pretty much about it. I mean, as you can hear, how people don't know how to train their kids right outside. You gotta raise your kids properly, and you can't spoil them at a baby age, or else they're gonna act like this when they're toddlers. Trust me, I know. And it takes a lot of time and discipline to even get them back to normal. Some parents send their kids to military camps when they're like that, and it still doesn't work. So I'd recommend, if you have a little baby in your house, don't spoil it. Don't give it everything it wants to when it cries, because that's how you get that. Give it what it needs and not what it wants. Punish your kids, but not to the extreme. And you're asking me how I know this. I've never had kids, no. But I have had a parent who treated me like that. My mother. And a parent who knew how to raise a kid and was able to raise me properly. And then I had therapy where I learned the difference. So, I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Baby your kid, spoil it, you're going to get that. You're going to get those stupid, fake rich kid people that are on YouTube who act like a bunch of spoiled, rotten dumbasses. That I hate that in a kid. If a kid is acting like that, I go the opposite way. I don't even care. Don't talk to me. You're a spoiled, rotten little brat. I do not want you in my life. I don't want anything to do with you. If my kid turned out like that, which he wouldn't, but let's say he did, I would do what my dad did to me, and discipline, but not to the extreme. And also, when you're disciplining, do it out of love and not out of anger. If you discipline out of anger, your kid's gonna hate you. Discipline out of love. People may ask, how do I discipline out of love and not anger? What's the difference? Honestly, it's self-explanatory, in my opinion, but that's only because I went through it. Anger is disciplining because the kid made you angry. Love is disciplining for the kids, for the better of the kid. Now, you could say, well, that's stupid. Disciplining won't better the kid. Alright, then go ahead and go. Just don't discipline your kid. You'll see what happens. Disciplining for the better of the kid means it's a bit confusing. It's just history. You have your kids who don't get it. I don't even know how to explain it from there. It's common sense. If you don't understand, then you don't understand. Discipline for the better of the kid. How do I describe this? Is very confusing. I know it. I know it in my head. Basically, discipline. For example, all right, your kid goes out and joins a gang. All right. You could be in a gang yourself. You could know what goes on in the gang. You're not angry, right? You're not angry. You're not going to discipline your kid. You don't care, or you're showing you don't care about you. You might care, but you're showing. It comes off as I don't care about you. Do whatever you want. I don't care if you're going to get shot. All right. Or doped up on drugs or in jail because of who knows what you did. All right. What you have to do is do a discipline, not a harsh discipline where your kid is going to hate you because it turned into abuse. No. Discipline your kid. Let me give you an example. My best example for disciplining a kid is make them exercise, right? Oh, if they hate exercise. If they like exercising and go to the gym every day, blah, blah, don't make them exercise. That's more like it may want to be disciplined. What it is just granting the kid something he likes to do. Maybe if he has an exercise routine, make him do an hour more. Just don't take it too far, else your kid's going to hate exercising and you're going to be like a sumo wrestler eventually. Unless he's one that gets in trouble, and when he's an adult, he'll turn into. Back to the point, your kid's in a gang, you discipline him, that's love. Your kid's in a gang, you don't discipline him, you're just showing hate. Now, hate discipline. Say your kid joins a gang and you're mad because you don't like gangs or a police officer. You come home, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Never use emotional abuse. That's the worst way to make your kids hate you. Fuck you, you're a piece of shit. You should never joined a gang. You're a fucking cop. You're dumbass. You're a disgrace, blah, blah, blah. No, don't do that shit. That's messed up. It's fucked up. It gives your kid the wrong vision of you. Even if you are doing it out of love, you have to go to somewhere away from your kid, calm down, come back, and talk to him in a calm manner. If you cannot do that, that was weird. If you cannot do that, whatever, just, you hear the kids right here, you hear these parents, mental abuse, disciplining out of anger. You hear them, don't you? Yeah. Mental abuse, just put mental abuse. Listen. Yelling is anger. I hate kids that do that too. It's fucking annoying. I stopped doing that when I was 3. Fake crying. I can do it even now. Anyone can do that. That's not because you're sad. It's because you want attention, is what the doctors say. I disagree. You want to get your way, is what you want. Psychiatrists are assholes that want money, so they do shit to get it. 3 kids crying out there, what the hell? I am not going out there. I was gonna go ride my bike and do some shit, but hell, not with that. Actually, I might just to get away from it. Those kids don't talk to me anyways. Alright, so 30 seconds before I have to go. Okay, so let's wrap this up with saying, Dope T channel, change my name again, like, subscribe. I have 2 subscribers. I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong. I'm hoping this new approach will get me more subscribers. And if you are a YouTuber and have a lot of subscribers, please tell me what the hell you're doing. Thank you. And you have a nice day. 3, 2, Oops, I went over the 30 minutes.